So as you all know, the new year started off with a disgusting, violent, vicious terror attack, which killed 14 people and injured 30 more. As this nation is in the process of finding out who the victims are, grieving said victims, and paying respect to said victims, the president-elect of the United States and his henchmen have been trying to find a way to use a tragedy in which lives have been lost, platforms which could be used to highlight the victims, to highlight the fact that the families of these victims are going to need financial support to bury them, emotional support to get through the trauma of what's happened. The president-elect and his goon, his right-hand goon, Marjorie Taylor Greene, have instead decided to use their platform not to bring unity amongst Americans in grieving, not to find a way to make sure the families are taken care of, but to lie about the attack, to say that the guy who did it was an illegal immigrant who crossed the border within hours of the attack happening. This movement is actually disgusting in every conceivable way. These people do the work of the devil. A president-elect, the first thing on his mind is not trying to figure out who the victims were, trying to get in contact with their families to try to find a way to raise funds to bury these people. No condolences, no sympathies. Immediately on the attack, to lie, to attack his political opponents, victims of a terror attack be damned. That is our new leadership now. Donald Trump takes the opportunity for himself to say, our country is a disaster, a laughingstock all over the world, because that's what matters when people have been killed in a terror attack. This is what happens when you have open borders with weak, ineffective, and virtually non-existent leadership attacking the current president when he should be concerned about those who have died. The DOJ, FBI, and Democrat state and local prosecutors have not done their job. They are incompetent and corrupt, having spent all their walking hours unlawfully attacking their political opponent, me. And here we have it, folks. I don't need to read the rest of this. This is exactly what this post is about. Me, 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 me. You stupid mother who voted for this. This man was born with a silver spoon. He is a brat. He is a narcissist. And the only person who matters to him when citizens of a nation he used to lead have been killed in a terror attack is me, 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 me. If you actually believe this rich billionaire with his head so far up his own ass, he can't hear the cries of the families who have been impacted by this attack, if you voted for this, you're literally a lost soul. You are a lost soul. I don't need to read the rest of it. Let's get to the most important part of this. See you on January 20th. Yeah. Fuck the death and destruction. Come watch me swear an oath I don't even believe in on January 20th. He finishes it off with, "Make America Great Again." It's all about him. It is all about him. Now, if you think that was horrible, I have more for you. Marjorie Taylor Greene goes on Twitter within hours of the attack to say New Orleans terrorist attacker is said to have come across the border in Eagle Pass 2 days ago. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene uses this absolute tragedy to score political points. New Orleans terrorist attacker is said to have come across the border in Eagle Pass 2 days ago. Shut the border down. Who did our government bomb lately that is taking it out on American citizens? To make matters extremely worse, the FBI literally said the attacker was an American citizen. And we have video of the man literally saying, "I am an American citizen. I am born and raised in Texas." The man served in the U.S. Army, and despite the fact that this information was revealed, neither of these two have apologized at all.
So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist.
We know full and well that anti-illegal immigrant sentiment does not stop at quote-unquote illegals or undocumented people. It is a vehicle, a Trojan horse used to transport hatred for all immigrants, legal or illegal. And we know this because of the H-1B scandal going on right now. Does Donald Trump decide to apologize? Does Marjorie Taylor Greene decide to apologize and clarify their statement to protect Americans who could be under attack by racists who are incensed and enraged and emboldened by the lies they spread on Twitter? No, absolutely not. Their goal is to use the deaths of American citizens to amplify and strengthen their cause, and specifically for Trump to amplify and strengthen the support for him, because it is all about him. This is the most sick and twisted shit I have seen a president do in my lifetime. It is unbelievably disgusting, and it is beneath this country. We are better than this. We've shown that we are better than this. We're capable of better than this, but this is how low we have sunk. This is where we are. This nation is going to have to go through hell to get to the other side. These people, after watching their own countrymen be ran over by a disgusting, vile terrorist, use it as an opportunity to weaponize a tragedy against their political opponents. Donald Trump begins talking about me, and Marjorie just makes up shit that is not true to score political points. They came through Eagle Pass. Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. But this is the world we live in, where the man who has been elected to take care of the American people is more concerned about himself. Imagine watching that many people die on camera and think to yourself, the most important person in this situation is me. That is who Donald Trump is. That is what his movement is. That is what Marjorie Taylor Greene is. Seeing an attack such as that, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, how do I use this to attack my political opponents? And you have people on the left who will sit there and act like both sides are the fucking same. As Democrats offer their condolences and try to find ways to bring help and unity, Republicans try to find a way to weaponize it against the Democrats who are trying to actually conduct themselves like fucking adults and like actual statesmen. It is disgusting that any politician could ever look at this situation and sit there and say, how can I make this about me? It is disgusting. And that is how low our nation has sunk. And no one looks at this with disgust. People sit there and think, yeah, they're attacking Trump. Yeah, we should talk about that right now. That's the most important thing right now. Billionaire with all the money in the world donated to him by his sycophantic supporters. Instead of tweeting about how I'm going to be covering the cost of all funerals. I'm going to be covering the cost of all medical bills. Instead, it's all about me. A true demon from hell. This movement is Satan's movement. These people do the devil's work. These people are soldiers of Satan. The idea that you could see this loss of life and come away from it thinking about Joe fucking Biden is so demonic, I can't even properly put it into words. This is our new president.